I'm pretty sure you've heard of legend of Svatopluk and his sons, which we will get back at the end of this video, but you have actually wondered who Svatopluk really was? He was born in 840 AD to his father Svetomir Bogislav. It would be hard to put all the members of the family into one big family tree since there's not a lot of evidence about these people's death or birth from those times. But what we know is that Rastislav, who was vassal of Louis the German, had brother Bogislav Svetomir, whose son was Svatopluk, who was nephew to Rastislav, who he didn't have a good relationship with. He had also three sons, Svatopluk II, Mojmir II, and Pretslav, and was married to Adelaida. In 869, Svatopluk was ruler of his own realm within the Great Moravia. His court was at Rastislav's old city. His realm was invaded and plundered in 869 by Moravian troops led by Carloman, the eldest son of Louis the German. At the same time, Franconian and Alemannian troops attacked Rastislav's territories under the same king's son, Charles the Fat. Svatopluk later agreed to command himself and principality to Carloman. When Rastislav heard of this, he became furious and set a trap for his nephew when he invited him to the banquet, where he intended to have him murdered. But Svatopluk was aware of his uncle's plans, so he took Rastislav prisoner and handed him over to Carloman. Svatopluk expected to have gained Louis the German's territories, but instead it was placed under the control of two Frankish lords, William and Angelshoek. Early in 871, Carloman also imprisoned Svatopluk for his disloyalty. As Franks were constantly invading Great Moravia, the Moravians, believing that Svatopluk was dead, selected another member of their ruling family named Slavomir and made him the new ruler. Carloman then came to a conclusion that the accusations against Svatopluk were unfounded and released him from the prison. Svatopluk also agreed to lead Carloman's armies against Slavomir and the rebellious Moravians. However, whenever Svatopluk arrived to Rastislav's old city, Svatopluk betrayed the Moravians and allied with the Moravians. Everything went as planned by Carloman, but once was Svatopluk inside Carloman's walls, he attacked his army, Moravians encamped outside, and when they got inside, they killed the rest of the army and hence rid of Moravia of the Frankish occupation. Carloman's governors, William and Angelshoek, were also killed, and Svatopluk became the ruler of Great Moravia. In 817, Great Moravia underwent a great expansion thanks to Svatopluk, who's won a lot of battles, therefore gained a lot of territories. That was because Svatopluk kept good relationships with the popes, and he and his people were taken under the protection under the Holy See in 880. Svatopluk died in 849 AD. Dating is based on mentions in two credible and coherent written sources, Origen's Chronicle and Fuldic Annals. However, written sources do not mention the circumstances of death, the place or way of funeral. Svatopluk divided his country into three parts before his death, and left each one to one of his three sons. He then appointed one as the chief ruler. In order to explain to them the importance of unity, he gradually broke the three tied rods. When they failed, he divided the rods and gave them to one of the sons who easily broke them, despite his father's admonition to unite. However, 1 year after his death among the sons, they were strikes and began fighting.